we have another car vlog. Today is Friday morning. It is exactly 10:15 on the dot. And you know what I need to do? I need to like have a recording and play this and have this as my intro, because I say in every car vlog that I haven't really had any sleep. I am tired. Oh my goodness, but it's true. So I did try, I like put a little lipstick on to try to look a little alive. So let me tell you what has been going on. So Nala had surgery. Oh my God, my heart. So I brought her to the, I was going to say dentist. I brought her to the vet on Wednesday. Well, I noticed maybe like last week, latter of last week, that Isaiah said, "Mom, do you notice that Nala has like a little bump on the inside of her ear?" I'm like, "No," because I mean, I don't like look at their, inspect them every day. And I seen a little bump, but I also seen like a scratch. So I said, "Oh, well, maybe it got infected or something. It'll heal, it'll go away." Well, I noticed it was getting bigger like each day. And then I noticed that's when she started like shaking her head. I'm like, "Oh, I wonder if she probably has ear infections." And then she started the whining. So first thing Monday morning, I called to make her an appointment, and they couldn't get me until Wednesday. So I bring her Wednesday. She had a 9 o'clock appointment in the morning, and I bring her, and I was shocked. So what she had was the hematoma. And what that is usually, because my dog is a pit, and usually dogs have floppy ears or like pits that have a lot of allergy, that are prone to allergies. Of course, they suffer from a lot of like either yeast infections in their ear, or like just ear infections, It doesn't mean like you're not cleaning your dog's ears. Well, you can get ear infections from that if you don't clean your dog's ears. But it could be like what they're eating or allergies or what have you, okay? And what happens is they start shaking their head. And if they do that, then sometimes they pop that blood vessel. And then what happens is it fills up with blood. And that's what causes that big lump. And so you have to drain it. They have to put them under anesthesia, of course. Pop it, drain it, all that. It's just a hot mess. So $1,100 later, it was $1,053 later, and that's because I'm like, my luck. You guys know we had, Bella, our senior dog, had just passed away. Matter of fact, actually, when I'm done doing my running around, I have to go pick up her ashes. They called me yesterday. Her ashes came in. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. So $1,100 later, I was like, what in the world? Oh, that's what I was going to say. So you figure, I go there and they're like, "Oh, well, she's due for her shots because she had her shots last year in July and now it's August." So I was like, "She is?" Because usually you get like an email or something that says, "Oh, Nala's due for her shots," or whatever animal you have. So she was due for all her shots except for rabies. So she needed her Lyme disease, the other, whatever they were, I think there were like 3 or 4, I think 3 or 4 different shots that she had to get. And then, like I said, the surgery and stuff, and her medicine. I didn't think like they were actually going to do surgery that day. Like I was shocked. I was like, "Oh my goodness." I brought her in, Nala could be aggressive. I did bring her in without a muzzle, and I mean, I had the muzzle with me, but I'm trying to socialize her. You guys know I've been taking her to, my walk and talks and all that kind of stuff. And she's doing so much better around people. When the vet seen her, because when they first come in, they like start asking you questions and all that kind of stuff. Well, Nala's okay because they're far away. But when the vets start coming up, you could see with Nala. So they were like, "Can you muzzle her?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So anyway, as soon as she looked in her ear, she says, "Yeah, she's got 2 really bad ear infections." And I said, "Well, I didn't even notice her shaking her head until after that hematoma, but, oh, I just feel terrible. I feel like a lousy dog owner, because it's like, is when I start seeing that bump wasn't going down, I just figured, because I seen that scratch, and I just figured maybe it got infected, and it'll go, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just took her in, to see, well, does she have any ear infections, this, that. I don't know. I just feel terrible. I know they said it's very common, and once they have it, it can always come back, the hematoma. But, so I picked her up around 4, and they have her on a cone. See, I'm at PetSmart now because I have to get something else. I don't like those cones. But what they do is when your dog has a hematoma, when they cut it and drain it, she has a couple stitches, and I don't know if it's the inside. I don't know what's going on. But they had to leave a little bit open, the cut open. So they didn't close it all the way. They said because if they close it, the blood will just pour back in. And so having that cone on, when she shakes her head, the blood, not a whole bunch, but like blood come, so that cone also helps with it staying. Of course, I keep it clean and all that. And the only way to really clean the ear is, with a warm wash rag, washcloth, and kind of like just dap her ear. That way the blood doesn't dry up, in the thing. But they gave me antibiotic. She takes 2 pills twice a day, and they put her back on prednisone for inflammation and also, like itching or whatever the case may be. Oh, I just feel terrible. So this is the 3rd day, and now I notice when she shakes her head, nothing's really coming out. So I'm at PetSmart. I want to get her something better than that cone, because I know it's uncomfortable when she's whining, and then she keeps hitting herself with it. And every time she goes up the steps, the cone hits and then opens up, and I have to put it back on her. But this is funny. So Wednesday night, Wednesday, she would not, like, when I took her home, she was still with the anesthesia. She was high as a kite, but she was still like, disorientated, and all that kind of stuff. And so she wouldn't go pee, anything like that. I'm like, she hasn't peed since this morning. I was scared she'd be like pee in the house. I mean, if she did, I wouldn't have got mad, but like, she wasn't eating or anything. So I figured, all right, at 2 in the morning, I am like boiling chicken for her, like, you don't season the chicken, you just go ahead and boil it, right? Isaiah comes downstairs. That's my 19-year-old. And he goes, what are you doing? Because he see me cooking. He's all happy thinking I'm cooking, And I'm making Nala some chicken and see if she'll eat it. And anyway, so we're talking and stuff. And then, I'm letting it cool off. I cut it in pieces and I'm like hand feeding it. And Isaiah was like, you treat Nala better than you treated us when we were sick. And I said, well, that's because I like her better. And then he walked upstairs, and I'm like, if you want to say something smart, I need to give a smart answer, because everybody and their mother knows how I spoil my children, especially when they were sick. So, she did eat some chicken, so that was good. But then and she was whining all night. I'm sure she was in pain. I'm sure the cone was bothering her, all that kind of stuff. And I was just falling asleep because I slept downstairs, so I went to sleep on the couch, and slept downstairs with her. And I was just falling asleep, and it was probably about 8:30 in the morning, because I was up all night. And I hear in this ear, I hear her whining, and right in my ear. So I woke up, and the cone, everything is right in my face like this. And I go, what do you have to pee? And she like turned her head real quick to go to the door. And when she did it, she smacked me with the cone again. That's a horrible way to wake up. And then she finally like went to the bathroom and all that. So I'm happy for that. And then, yesterday she was doing a lot better. This morning she was doing really good. Isaiah works today, so that's why I'm doing my running around in the morning, because he has to leave to go to work at 1:30. So he's, of course, watching Bella. Oh, God forgive me. Nala right now. Well, I guess I'm running around. I know I'm procrastinating because I don't know why. So let me go in there, find something else that's comfortable, because until they take the stitches out, she has to have, I think she just has a couple. I don't even know, because I really haven't really touched her ear to really look at her ear. I know they left, like I said, a little bit open, but I guess they stitched. I don't know. Anyway, I take her back in 3 weeks for them to cut the stitches. Oh, and she weighs 90, it was like 89.12 ounces, so 90 pounds, so she's got to lose some weight. They said she gained 8 pounds since we've seen her, so I need to change her food. And you know what the vet told me? I always get my dogs grain-free. I thought that was the better for them than eating grain. And they told me to stay away from grain-free because there are tests or whatever that shows that grain-free also helps with heart disease in dogs. I did not know that. So, and Nala will be 7 next month, and I've always gave her grain-free, so now I have to start getting her, food with grain in it. I always keep lamb. I like giving her lamb, because chicken, she has a little reaction, like a little itchiness. She cannot have anything with seafood or anything like that. So like duck, lamb, stuff like that, I feed her. Veal. But they told me the best brand she likes is Hill Science, I think it's called. She can't have anything with rice in it. She just has allergies, But all right, anyway, let me get in here and see what I can find. Then I have to go to Walmart just to grab a few things and then get Bella's ashes, and then that's it. All right, so I'll be back. All right. I did not realize how expensive things are. Hold on. How expensive stuff is. So there were 2 different kinds. There were, well, 3. There was the one kind that she already had, that hard plastic, right? They had that, of course. I don't want that. That was like $22 or $22.99, which I think that's how much I paid at the vet, $22 for it. Which, I mean, that's not what I wanted. So then they had the kind that just goes around like this, and it's like inflatable. It's soft. It's like cushion, like, you know what I mean? And I don't think that would help. That's, I think, if your dog gets fixed or something like that, they can't lick the stitches, but that's not going to stop her from taking her paw and itching her ear. So then I found, and that was like $32. This right here they have, and it has a caring collar, a calming disc. I knew it said something, whatever that is, I don't know. But I'll figure it out. This is from a large to extra large. I didn't know to get like the medium, so I got this. I think this will fit. And this is more, I think would be so much better than that hard plastic stuff, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, I almost got that. I'm like, yeah, but then she could still kind of itch your ear or go like this to the floor, or figure it out, because she's smart. Because let me tell you something, even when you muzzle that dog, if you're not watching, she's so strong and quick. She'll take her 2 paws and she like, you know what I mean? Like, she's a mess. So, I think this is definitely more comfortable, but let me tell you how much this was. That was $59 something. So in total, I paid $61.98. Look, I gotta hide my little stuff. $61.98 for just this. But I mean, now it's worth it. I'd rather her be comfortable and she can sleep better, and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, it's 10:41. I got to hurry up because, like I said, Isaiah has to be at work and somebody has to be with Nala all the time. My back has been killing me lately. All right, so now I just got to go to Walmart. I just got to get a couple things for Lexi. She wanted me to get her because Lexi, I don't know if I told you guys, Lexi's in school. Well, she goes to school 3 times a week, and then she works, of course, full time. So when she goes to school, it was 7 to 3, but now it's 9 to 3, and then she works 3 to 11. So like she's working doubles, but when she goes to school, but the job lets her get there like a few minutes late because they know she's in school, whatever. So I told Lexi, I'm like, she didn't have school this morning, but she has to work. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just go, let her rest up a little bit, because I'm very proud of her, I'm just proud of all my kids, they're doing so much better than what I did at that age, I used to feel so guilty, raising my kids for the most part in the projects and all that other kind of stuff. And I was a single mom for the not going to get into that, but you know. And I mean, because Tyler was 16 when I met my husband, so like, you know. Anyway, and it made me feel bad, you know. But I think now maybe it was a blessing because they seen what it's like for me to struggle. Because I didn't go to college, you know, and I didn't do any of that stuff. And then I was at 29, I was in a very bad car accident and different things. And they just seen, they seen what I had to put up with my marriage just so I can have good health insurance. So they seen all of that. And I think that's why they're striving to do better, you know. So maybe that was a blessing that we lived like that. Even not, I mean, they always had everything they needed and it was always clean and everything. But I just felt bad I couldn't, you know, have them in a house. You know, it's just that mom guilt, you know. So, but they're doing excellent. And yeah, so I got to go in here, just get a few things, and I got to remember mayonnaise because I'm not going to ShopRite just for mayonnaise. I do need. Oh, I got to get milk. But I'll go to Wawa to get milk because I still have to drive to the next town to get Bella's ashes. Not very prepared, am I? That's because, like I said, I really haven't been sleeping because of Nolly. Last night she whined a little bit, but not as much. So she's doing a lot better. I just feel, oh gosh, I feel terrible. Her poor little ear. Oh, I did. I cried. When we picked her up, Tyler came with me to pick her up because, you know, she's a little drowsy. She's 90 pounds. Oh, just seeing her like that. Oh, my God. I literally cried. Tyler was like, Mom, are you crying? I was like, yes, my baby. I don't know why kids are the way they are because they all think I spoil the dogs. I treat the dogs better than them. And then Isaiah and Lexi think I favor Isaiah. And then they also, Isaiah and Tyler think I let Lexi get away with more because she's a girl. And, you know, then they're like, Tyler's 27 and you still do it. And you know, it's like so funny. Like they're all jealous, you know, and it's like, I tell all my kids, well, here's a trick that I do. I always tell Tyler when it's me and him, I always say, well, Tyler, you know you're my favorite. I tell Lexi, you know, you're my favorite, and Isaiah the same thing. But, you know, in all actuality, since I have 3, of course I love them all the same, but I have different bonds with my kids, right? Tyler, I mean, we grew up together. I was 18 when I was pregnant, 19 when I had him, right? And he's my firstborn, okay? So we have that bond. Lexi's my only daughter, so we have that bond. And Isaiah, he's the baby, you know, so like the youngest. So then you have that different bond, right? And it's like that. But I mean, I don't look at my kid like I don't favor any of my kids any different. It's just a different relationship I have with them, if that makes sense. But all right, let me go into Walmart. I'm dreading getting Bella's ashes. Oh my gosh. But anyway, let me go ahead and get the few items, and I'll be back. I forgot to tell you that it's really beautiful outside. I think it's like 78, and it says it feels like 80, but it's not humid. Because usually in Jersey, because plus where I'm at, I'm like close to the water, right? And so it's humid a lot, you know. And today's just a beautiful day. Like this is the type of weather I wish it was like every day. Perfect. All right. Let's go in here and I'll record what I can. All right. I'm going to check my blood pressure. I've been sitting here for a few minutes because every time I check my blood pressure, you guys are saying you need to, you know, sit down because if I'm walking around. So I'm getting ready to check that. So let's see how it is. Oh wow, I mean it says it's a little high, but it's a lot better than what it's been. All right. Before I forget, I also want to mention, because a lot of times when I do my blood pressure and then like I put it on, you know, you guys, a lot of guys say, you know, you need to sit still and everything. So I always forget to tell you that I edit out me just sitting there. Instead of me sitting there for like a minute while the blood pressure cuff is getting tighter and then they're reading it and stuff, I cut that out. So I'm not like where I'm just talking to you guys what you see, and then all of a sudden I show my blood pressure. No, I edit where I'm sitting still while they're taking that out. You know what I mean? So it's just, you're not just sitting there looking at me while I'm not saying nothing. All right, let me finish getting a few more things, and I'll be back. I just want to show you how close this car parked to my car. What in the world? Look, I'm at the Walmart parking lot. Look at all these empty spaces. Come on. It's still early. Really? And you park this close? Come on. $75 later. Let me see exactly how much I spent. $71.36 was my total. I didn't film too much in there, and I ran into this lady. I don't know what it is. Like, I always have people that always start talking to me, and I'm a very friendly person. Like, I talk back, you know? And she was asking me some questions, like opinions on certain, you know, feminine products, right? And she was saying she's 75, and she just started, and I said, oh, you look great for your age. I mean, she really did look really, really good for her age. Hold on a second. Must be the sun. And do you remember when I was here last time, there was a girl and the guy and the 2 kids? It's the same guy, and now he's by himself, but he's with his child that's in a stroller. The same sign. Okay. I'm on my way to pick up Bella. I'll finish telling you my story in a minute, but oh, that sounds weird saying that. So anyway, she proceeds to tell me, you know, that she's 75, and I'm like, oh, you look great. I mean, she really did. She looked really good for her age. And she said that her husband had passed away, and she went on a date, and his wife had his wife passed, but it's only been 9 months, and that he was he started crying on the date, saying that, you know, he feels guilty, like he's cheating on his wife. So I said to her, I said, well, that has nothing to do with you. It's just too soon for him, you know. And I'm like, you know, especially they've been married for so long, you know. And she says, well, he didn't, because she was saying how he didn't like her, because I was saying she looked good for her age. And she was like, really? And then that's when she proceeded to tell me about the gentleman, and he must not have found her attractive or liked her. And that's why I said, it has nothing to do with you. He's just not ready, you know? And, I said, so he's not the right one for you. And she goes, yeah. She goes, and he also drank, you know, she went like this as a drinker. And she goes, and I don't want that in my life. I'm a Christian. And I said, well, he's just not right for you, you know. And I said, it happens. And I said, and when you're not looking, that's when God will send the right person to you. And she goes, that's what I've been told. I said, no, it happens. This was her first date since her husband had passed, but I think she said he's been gone for a year or 2, you know. And maybe I think she said 2 years, her first date. And then first date, the guy she goes out with, his wife just passed 9 months, and he's like crying. He literally starts crying on the date. And I just said he's grieving, you know. And it made me feel bad that she took that personally. I was at Walmart, and I went, of course, past the ice cream aisle. I'm like, oh, let me see what they have. I didn't pick any up, but I never seen it. It was peanut butter waffle cone. I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't have to go other places, if I was just going straight home, I probably would have picked it up. Because I was like, oh, that sounds good. I never heard of that before. Have you guys heard of that? Why does this thing keep falling down? Peanut butter waffle cone. I love waffle cones. Oh my God, they're delicious. So, I didn't get any. I need to lose some weight. This is why I don't lose weight. And you see, I checked my blood pressure. Now you look crooked. I gotta stop paying. There's no cars in front of me, so. But my blood pressure, I mean, it's still a little high, right? 162 over, what was it, 93 or something? I can't remember offhand. But it's a lot better than what it has been. It's still a little high, I admit, but it's getting better. Of course, I got to get that under control, of course. But, I mean, that's a plus. I am going to, when I get Bella situated, and oh my God, I keep saying Bella. That's because I'm getting ready to pick her up. But you know what? For the past few days, I've been calling the dogs Bella. After I get Nala situated and different things, I'm going to get ready, you know, and I need to film for my beauty channel because I had the FabFitFun for, I think this is the fall box. I got it sent to me. So I need to, I feel like there's a piece of hair or something on me. I need to film that. I have my Slay Glam box, and there's a few other things like I can do some get readies with me with new makeup, you know, that was sent to me to try that out and stuff. Yeah, I need to really start filming because as much money as I spent from last month to this month, I need to like start filming and putting a lot of content up because your girl's getting broke. I cannot wait. I cannot wait, and this has nothing to do with this, but for this, I have some coffee mugs coming to me to sample them, because I'm never going to just like not just sell a product and not test it out myself and all that, you know. And of course, well, let's keep it real. Yeah, you make a little extra money, of course. It's not that much I'm making from it, but it's just like, it's finally something that's mine. Because when I did my makeup collabs, it wasn't mine, right? You know, so it's something that's mine that I am doing all the work for, you know, and I'm just excited. I start with coffee mugs, but then I plan to have other things on my site, you know, like bathrobe, you know, because like I said, I really want to start doing my coffee talks. I know I haven't gotten, but I really want to start getting into that. And then, you know, having stuff like that, you know, like robes and I don't know, all different stuff. All right, so I'm just going to sit here and listen to my makeup. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I haven't really slept. I'm going to sit here and listen to the radio. You know, I like my music. And oh, on my last vlog, sorry about my singing. I cannot sing. But, you know, when you're in the middle of singing, you think you sound good. And then you listen to it and you're like, oh, my God. But, anywho, yeah, so let me listen to my music. And once I get to the vet, I'll be back. Go ahead now. All right, I'm here. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. All right, I'll be back, guys. All right, I got Bella's ashes. It's in a little, I mean, I won't show you because I know a lot of people are very sensitive, but it's nice. I put it in a little bag and it has a little, I didn't know if it would just be the ashes, you know, and then I had to buy something for it, but it's actually a very nice thing. I can't think of it right now. And it has the name Bella. It's really beautiful. All right, so the only other place I have to do is go to Wawa, and I'm not looking for Double Dutch. I mean, if I see it there, I'll get it, but I'm not like manic about finding this Double Dutch chocolate milk, but I do got to get regular whole milk. The only reason why I didn't get it at Walmart is because I wasn't going right home, and I didn't want it to go bad, you know. I don't know. And then that's it. And then after today, I'll start, I'm going to start like doing some vlogs. Oh, I asked them how long she has to have that cone thingy in for, and they said 10-14 days, because where it's the ear, it's just so, you know, it's, you know, but anyway, so I'm glad I did get that, you know, the different collar for her instead of the hard plastic cone, you know. But I'll be vlogging like in the house, so like in the living room, you'll see me make my coffee, you know, all that kind of stuff, and maybe some like sit down videos where we just talk, because when I'm in the car anyway, that's what I do, is I just sit and talk, you know, because unless like Isaiah or Tyler or Lexi has awful work, and then I can, you know, if I need to go somewhere or do some walk and talks, you know, I gotta keep an eye on Bella. Oh my goodness, I keep saying it, on Nala. So that is that. And then when I have the puppy, when Tyler's not home, you know, I gotta make sure the puppy's not messing with Nala. You guys know, you know the drill. So that's what I will be doing. I will be back once I get to the Wawa. I'll be back. Well, I got my milk. Now, good news, they didn't have any double Dutch, but now they have cookies and cream. It's like filled up with cookies and cream and chocolate. So that's a good thing, because before they just had chocolate. They didn't have any cookies and cream, any strawberry or double Dutch. So when I asked the guy, he said they're starting to get it in now, you know. So he said hopefully within a day or so they should have the double Dutch. So that's good. They're waiting on the double Dutch and the strawberry. And I have looked up, because so many of you guys told me, like, you know, try to like copy the recipe and stuff, but there's like a specific one ingredient they get from Italy, and it's just hard to do. And the and you have to get, you can only get double Dutch. It's Wawa double Dutch chocolate milk, so you can only get it through Wawa, and you can't buy unless you want wholesale and they deliver and you want like 100 cases, but you just can't order like a few and they send it to you. They just don't do that, you know. So because I've already talked to the manager and stuff, and you know they just get what they get, and if it's there, it's there. You know, you can't request, you know. I don't know. But all right, I just pulled over here because if you park in the front there, it's a no idling. So I came over here. Let me say my goodbyes, because I don't know if I want to go home, get Bella situated and take a nap first, or if, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just like so overly tired that I can't sleep, but I'm not thinking correctly. Like my mind's not that I'm not thinking correctly. It's like my mind's not shutting down. Looks like it's gonna rain. My goodness, it got very dark, like the clouds and stuff. All right, guys, please like this video. It really does help me out, or dislike it. That helps me out as well. Make sure you leave a comment. That really does help out with engagement, even if it's just an emoji. If you made it this far, leave a dog emoji for my sweet Nala. Hopefully she feels better. Either a dog emoji or praying hands. And that's everything, guys. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. Never let somebody take you out of your character. I always practice what I preach, but all right. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.